Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Neverwinter Nights 2 using the Zehir expansion. Alright, we're still here in the Lantanese lumber camp. We were getting ready to go through the portal and head up towards Sword Coast with Sasani, but we were talking to Ari over here, and apparently she wants us to go find some cockroach parts so we can take care of a quest for her. So let's go do a little bit of hunting. Let's go back to the overland map. Alright, hopefully we'll get lucky and some of them will show up. I'm just going to go hunting, walking around, looking for the stuff. And I'll probably cut all this stuff out until we finally find some. We'll see in a moment. Well, we haven't found cockroaches yet, but we came across some spiders. Let's see if we can kill some more of these guys. Alright, let's maneuver on them again.
We won't both walk away.
Sacks we have? We have 7 venom sacks currently. Alright, hopefully we can get some out of this pile here. There's 2 of them. Alright, I think we need a total of, what was it, 13 of those though. Alright, let's continue on. Alright, here we got some spiders. Let's see if we can't get them. Alright, oh, there's some boars over there too. Let's get the spiders. Alright, hopefully we'll get a lot of them here. Let's see, how many do we have again? We have 9. Alright, shoot them up, guys. Yeah, I doubt if we're gonna get... Oh, there's at least one here. Let's grab that one. Just one, huh? Alright, well, we need 3 more. Let's get out of here. Alright, there's some more boars over here. Let's see if we can't get these. Alright, we got 3 of them here. If we're lucky, we'll get at least 1 tooth. Going down quite fast. Alright, there's 1 remain. 4 teeth. Alright, let's see, what was it? We have 4 and 10 spider venom sacks. Alright, let's keep going. Ooh, there's some cockroaches right there. Let's go get them. Hopefully there's 4 of them in here. Alright, how many we got? Oh, there's 4 roaches. If we're lucky, every one of them will have something. Alright, I doubt we're going to be able to sneak attack these things. Yeah, they're immune to sneaks. Alright, wow, they went down fast. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 of them. We need 1 more. Yeah. Alright, well, let's keep hunting. Ooh, here we got some cockroaches. See if we can get... We just need 1 more part. Come on, baby. Here, there's a whole bunch of them here, too. Let's get them! Oh, yeah, they're going down really fast. Okay. Well, we got 2 of them. Okay, good. We can go back. Oh, yeah, there's 4 of them here. Nice. Let's grab them all. Alright, let's go back to the camp then. Alright, there's some boars that showed up over here. Let's see if we can't get some teeth. Come on, don't run away. Come on.
Fall before the righteous.
It's just 3 of them. Come on, give me at least 1, damn it. Any teeth? Yeah, there's 1 right there. Let's grab that one. And just the 1. Alright, let's go. Alright, back at the camp. Let's go talk to Ari, see if we can close this quest out. Yeah, Lastry and Inshallah are still here too. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. I've got your cockroach parts. You do? Oh, thank you. I was so worried. This isn't the way I wish to have them back, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, what do we get? Oh, she just gave us a collapsible cockroach and 600 experience points. Nice. Here, it isn't much, but I hope this will come in handy. It's a little one, not as powerful as the others, but it ought to help you. I hope you like it. And thanks, I'm sure this will be useful. Alright. I guess we're done with that. Let's see, anything else?
Welcome again. Can't stay.
Nope. Alright, now let's go to the portal. Oh, we gotta level up too for Umoja. Let's go ahead and deal with that right now. Alright, 10th level druid. Let's keep going as a druid. Let's get concentration. And yeah, spot, survival. And listen. Wild shape 4 times a day now. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at his spells. Alright, a level 5. What do we want this time? Maybe some Inferno. Slay Living could be good too. Let's just get some Slay Living, and we get a level 4. Maybe Hold Monster. Let's see, we have Ice Storm. We got Greater Creeping Cold. Could get a Flame Strike too, but let's get Hold Monster. Alright, and the rest of that stuff should be good.
Is there something
else's
you
spell
need?
books. Yeah, we're sitting pretty good yet.
Perhaps so.
Alright, let's go talk to Doll. I wonder if we shouldn't rest up. This place is so expensive though. You know what? 150 gold, damn. We got a lot of money, man. Let's do it. I want to get everybody rested up and get their spells. Alrighty, let's talk to Doll.
So, you're back, huh? What can I help you with?
We need to get to Crossroad Keep. Yeah, I should have known. Sasani and her crew showed up not too long ago with the same request. Looked to be in a bit more than the usual hurry. New faces with her, too. I don't know what's going on, but I know better than to ask. That's why I'm so good at my job. And of course, the massive chests full of gold she had with her helped. She mentioned it should cover your transport fare, too. So, you're all set. I'm ready to leave. Alright then, everything should be ready. Although, I warn you, I haven't worked out all the kinks in the system just yet. But it should be perfectly safe. Mostly. Now, I've got everything set up, and you should be ready to go. Any moment now. Wait, you don't have any metal on you, do you? Spellcraft option here, nonsense. A portal like this shouldn't have any problem with. Easy, easy, small joke. You're ready to go. Have a safe trip. Alright. In we go. Oh, where the hell are we at now? We're in a crypt. Door up there with a bunch of skeletons. Journal update. The portal from the lumber camp seems to have malfunctioned. Causing you to arrive in some sort of crypt instead of your expected destination of Crossroad Keep. Okay. That was a sarcophagus back here, but we gotta deal with these skeletons first, it appears. Oh, there's a necro back there too. Alright, let's open the door. Alright, let's go to Lorik. Let's do some turn undead, see if we can get rid of these damn skeletons real quick. Alright, let's go. What the hell's blocking the way? Oh, there's a skeleton right here. Alright, let's go get this necro. Come on, get him. Alright, that got him. Yep, we have some fear effects going on here. Alright, what's on the necro's body? Improved acid flask and improved alchemist fire. Let's have Gull.
Follow me.
He's still,
Keep up.
Yeah, he's still got fear effects. Alright, let's go ahead and grab all this stuff. There's a trap here on this sarcophagus. Let's see if we can deal with this in the meantime. Alright. Ooh, there's a suit of armor in here. It needs to be identified. Let's pass that off. And let's give the improved alchemist fire to Gull. And the improved acid flask can go over there too. Alright, what is the armor?
What do you want?
Alright, let's equip the Ring of Insight. Can we identify it now? Yes, we can. Armor of Comfort. Looks like Banded Mill +2, extra heal, and reduced weight. The only person who could possibly use that is Lorik. Let's see, let's put the Ring of Minor Acid Resistance back on.
Walk in
And
my
let's see,
step.
Lorik's got
Follow me.
full plate +1. That's armor class total 9. This thing's a total of 8. Extra heal though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the full plate.
What?
Alright, and let's see, there's some more sarcophagi back here. Let's see if there's any traps back here. Yep, there's one. A light shield. Shield of the Watch. What is this thing? And it's a light shield with a bonus of 2 to armor class versus humans. Huh. Not so useful. Alright, let's deal with this trap. Success, 90 experience points, and there's a gem in there. Alright, there's a way up. Okay, that's going to the overland map, but first, there was another sarcophagus back here. Any traps on this one? There sure is. Oh, I like those waterfalls right there. Success, 75 experience points, and we got some potions, cure serious wounds. 3 of them. How are we on healing supplies nowadays?
I say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually we're in good shape yet. Let's just keep these here on Annandale then. Alright, is there anything else possibly in here? Nothing in here. And I think we got everything out of here. Alright, let's go. Yeah, we got some curse going on too. Hopefully that'll clear off as soon as we get to the overland map. And Sword Coast, there's a monstrous band right there. And there's a town over here. You find a crate of supplies. Alright, let's go get them. And we got 2 skins. Ooh, Swamp Cave. And wow, 3,000 gold pieces in here. Alright, you know what? Let's go to the Swamp Cave real quick and then we'll go to town. Let's see what's in here. Monstrous Band, encounter level 10, huh? You spot a large cavern entrance here. High-pitched cackling reverberates from within. Huh! Cackling, huh? Enter the cave. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Alright, not too big. Ooh, there's an ogre right there. Let's see if I can maneuver for a sneak. Looks like he's gonna die before. Ogre Barbarian, huh? Alright, what's on his body? Giant's heart. Oh, there's an anus in here. Huh. Alright, nothing over here. Oh. A green hag. Oh, there's 2 green hags in here too. Okay. Let's see if we can deal with these guys. Should be able to sneak attack them. Yep. Come on, boys, get them. Alright, we're doing alright. Come on. Okay, nice. Hag's Eye. Probably sell them to the bounty collector too. Alright, we got a lockbox with a trap over here. Ooh, there's some bodies over here too. Well, those green hags were eating good over here, huh? Oh, this body's floating in here too. Look at that. That's cool looking. Alright, failed. It's DC 22. We should be alright. Success. A bunch of recipes. Throwing axes, bat wings, and a dire rat tail. Alright, throwing axe +1. Let's give that to Gull, and the rest of that stuff we'll probably just sell later on. Alright, I don't see anything else in here. There's nothing back here, right? Alright, let's go back outside then. Maybe we can probably head over to that town. Maybe we can pick up a quest or something over there. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's move this way. It's that huge enraged warg pack. I wonder, you know what, let's take a look around. Actually, we need to look at the map. Crossroad Keep, that's where we need to go. Alright, there's a cave we were just at. Wyverns. Alright, before we go to town, let's take a quick look over here. Yeah, it looks like it might just come to a dead end here. Let's see if there's anything interesting tucked away back here. Nope. Some more wargs. Alright, let's go to Lyland. Another monstrous band. It's over here. Ooh, what is that? A statue. Alright, you approach the central square of Lyland, a small mining community. The quiet in the village is occasionally punctuated by the sound of a smelter working in the distance. Alright, Temple of Walkeen, we can trade. Let's see what they're trading. Or timber and skins. Let's hold off on that for now. Let's go to the Dusty Gnome Tavern. Visit the common room. Alright, who's this guy? Somebody named Finch. And an innkeeper. Let's talk to Finch.
Greetings, travelers. Stopping by for a song, are you?
And we got a diplomacy option. That would be welcome, yes.
With such kindness, how can I help but oblige you?
Finch plays a tune. Alright, what happened to us? Did we get some healing or something?
Truthfully, my best instrument is my own voice. But I must save that for a larger performance. If I'm ever actually able to perform where I'm scheduled.
And we got another diplomacy option. I'd love to see you perform. Where would you play?
In Neverwinter is where I am bound to sing at the Wailing Wench. Except for the fact that the city has barred me from entering.
What happened?
A woman happened is what?
Huh.
A beauty came to see my latest performance there and asked for a somewhat personal encore. Had I known she was married, I'd have been scandalized, I tell you. Sadly, the woman's husband is a noble of some note and convinced the authorities I stole his Lantanese timepiece. Nonsense. I steal hearts, perhaps. Not clockwork. If you would be so kind as to speak with Sir Naval for me,
Naval.
and confess to my obvious innocence, I would be let back into the city to perform, and my eternal gratitude would be yours.
Alright. Let's talk to the innkeeper. Well met, stranger. What can I and my humble inn do for you? Have you heard any rumors? You know, I even had a Luskan drop by here once. Didn't stay long, shifty rascal. You know that place is run by pirates and the Arcane Brotherhood? That seedy group of mages? I'm surprised they don't go killing each other within a week. Alright. I don't think we need to spend a night. Who's this guy? Tavern patron. Damn Iron Fists. They think they own the ore in these hills. Alright, what's back here? Anything to pilfer? Nothing. Alright. I guess we can get out of here. Alright, just for the hell of it, Let's go to the Temple of Walkeen and see if there's anything different there. Healing, donate, enter the main hall. Yeah, let's go there. Alright. Cleric of Walkeen. Welcome to the Temple of Walkeen. What would you like? Request healing. Let me see what you have for sale. Boots of Hardiness +2. Braces of Armor +4. Cloaks of Protection +2. Yeah, a little bit better selection here. What about weapons? What? No weapons and no potions? Really? Natural Armor +2. Rings of Protection +2. And that's it. I think I might get me a set of these Boots of Hardiness +2. Let's see, let's sell some of these gems. And the rest of that stuff I'm going to hold on to.
Yes. Yes.
And that stuff we can hold on to.
Yes.
Alright, the armor, we can probably sell that. I don't think I'm going to use that stuff. Alright, we're going to keep the rest of that and that.
Yeah.
Alright, that shield of the watch, we can get rid of that. Throwing axe. Yeah, I guess we're going to keep all the rest of this stuff. Actually, let's get rid of that. Well, we can't. Alright, let's hold on to that. Alright, he's got a set of Boots of Hardiness +1. You know what? I'm going to get these Hardiness +2s. We got enough money. Yeah, it's going to get his armor class up to 26. That means we can move these Boots of Hardiness to somebody else.
I know this.
Who's got the next lowest armor class? And Moja maybe could benefit from it.
Yes. Follow me.
Rickson could use it too.
So. Ready.
I think I'm going to give him to Moja.
Walk in
Anybody
my
have an
steps.
odd number in
me.
Constitution?
Yes. Yeah.
Something
Nope.
you want?
Yeah, let's give him to
Ready.
Moja for now. Alright, let's see if this petitioner knows anything. I doubt it. Hello there. Alright, I guess we're done. Let's move on out. Ooh, there's a cave right over here. Layer of the... what does it say? Creator? Let's see. Yeah, let's move over here, I guess. Let's investigate. Oh, this might be one of the new areas. You walk near the cave. A low hum of crystals emanates from the far reaches of the cavern. Charred into the earth is a strange note. Chaos Wheeler was here. Alright, yeah, this is one of the new ones. Let's go check it out. Ooh. Ooh. Let's take a look at the map. Ooh, this might be a good sized place. What are we dealing with here? Disciple of the Creators. There's a trap right there. Alright, let's move.
I see.
Let's get Rickson up here. Let's get some haste fired up. This might get a little crazy here. Alright, Annandale, you need to get up here. Damn, there's a whole bunch of them in here. Alright, let's see if we can maneuver on this guy. Creator Golem. Alright, we're not going to be able to sneak in, though. Let's drag this guy. Alright, he's down. Well, we gotta get rid of this damn golem. Come on, guys, take him out. Badly wounded. Alright, how are we doing? We're still alright. Now everybody wants to start unloading, huh? Alright, let's maneuver. See if we can get a sneak in here somewhere. Let's see. He's done. He's done. Let's shoot these guys up here. Yep, sneaks are working on these guys. Alright, he's dead. get back here. And let's shoot him in the back. And him. Oh, damn it. He's got dazed. Who's this back here? Cult Rogue. Cult Wizard. Alright. Umoja's doing some healing. Alright, there's a cleric right here.
Quietly. Our glory lies just ahead.
Oh,
Danger is upon us!
damn it. There's a wizard over there, rogue over there. We gotta do some healing. Damn, we used up all them damn potions already? Let's split these.
This is your end!
Alright, can we move? We gotta back up. Get some healing. Alright, let's see what else can we do. We gotta kill this bastard here. What do we have left for some spells? Alright, let's go ahead and drop some Ice Storm back here, see if we can take these guys out of the picture. Alright, that one's near death. And you know what we need to get? We need to get Ushaya. Let's back up. Let's get some Magic Fang on Ushai. Damn, man. Can we kill this guy, please? Oh, damn. He's got a lot of gear on him. Let's see. Let's go with Arc of Lightning next. Let's get these guys back here. Damn, come on. Alright, what else can we get? Let's get some Creeping Cold. He's near death. Let's go on that wizard back there. Alright, these guys are dead over here. He's dead. Alright, let's go ahead and get some Greater Magic Fang on Ushai. Alright, how are we doing over here? Can we get into a sneak position somewhere?
Strike swiftly.
Let's get back here. Shoot him in the back. Alright, and the wizard's dead. Okay, it looks like there's a big room back there. Alright, let's close the door though. I don't know what the hell's back there. Let's go through all this gear first. Alright, there was some magic stuff in these piles, so let's have Rixon grab a lot of this stuff. Morag's Breath. I haven't yet been snuffed out. Alright, it's a short bow +2 that does extra acid damage. Wow. And some trap kits. Let's grab all that stuff. And what's over here on the wizard? Wow, man. Ton of scrolls. There's a journal here. A bunch of rings, quarterstaff, helm. Let's take a look at a journal real quick. A lot of reading here. This journal contains many entries, and reading all of them would be difficult and likely boring. The inner life of a cult leader does not make for too interesting of reading. For the most part, it seems as though the group was waiting for some sign from Morag. This Morag apparently tried to take over the Sword Coast, and presumably the whole world. Plots like this tend to fail for one reason or another. Not surprisingly, this group is the only remaining group loyalist to the Creator cause. There is, however, one entry which stands out. The handwriting is hurried and strange. I'm starting to doubt the loyalty of the lizard men. They've been without food for some time, and they've started looking at one another. I'm glad I'm not one of them. I have sense enough to trust in Morag. That hero of Neverwinter defeated her, but it was a stacked battle. We all know this. I have faith she'll show up again. You can't keep her down. I know it has to happen. She led me in my dreams to this place, and we found a few of her trusted servants encased in crystal. They can help us take over the whole Sword Coast in her good name. I think so, anyways. Others doubt my sanity, but they're the ones mistaken. Cheryl said I'd just been having a hunger-based hallucination. Well, of course it was hunger-based. I'm hungry for the Queen of the Eye to deliver us. These long years have not been kind to the cause. I try and keep them in line, but they want to return to their families and lives as though those mean something. Morag should be their lives. I know it's mine. For that, I'll be rewarded. Beyond that, there are a few notes about what they plan on selling for food and cleaning supplies. Cultists are bad for business locally, it would seem. Alright, let's grab all that stuff.
I can't carry this much.
Alright, there's more stuff
still
over
heavy.
here. Alright, let's take a look at what we have here. Leather armor +1. Morag's breath. Let's pass that off to Annandale for now. Arrows need to be identified. We got some trap kits. Let's pass those off. And some more arrows. Helm needs to be identified. Xaltar quarterstaff. Cloak of protection +2. Ring of wizardry +2. Is that just wizards? Yeah, sorcerers too. Yeah, sorcerers can use that. Periapt of wisdom +2. The journal. Gloves of a long death. Crushing despair scroll. False life. Invisibility purge. Let's pass that off. And massacre wounds.
I say yes.
Yes?
And we have scintillating sphere, web, antidote, and cure serious wounds. Alright, we got a couple items we need to identify. Let's put the ring on, see if we can identify them now. Nope. Okay, what about the headband of the binder? Let's put that thing on. Can we get it now? Nope. What about this? Yep. Was it really that bad? Morag's presence. Dominate person 1 unit a day. It's a helm. And we got a ring. What is this? Ring of invisibility. Unlimited uses. Wow. Alright, arrows. Do we have an identify scroll? Let's try that. Poison arrows. Damage constitution and strength. Oh, we can pass them off too. Alright, we're going to have to sort through this in the next episode, I think. There's a lot of stuff we got to get. And we got to figure out what all this stuff is too. But yeah, we're running up on time. We're going to handle this in the next one. We'll see you then.